thought I might share the process I'm taking to diagnose old International 2-speed rear axle. Symptoms are the axle will not go, it will not shift into second gear. First thing I noticed up here in the glove box, the 2-speed rear axle fuse was blown, so I replaced that. Still wouldn't shift, and so I know I either have an electrical problem between the fuse box and the switch, or the switch and the actuator, or a mechanical problem in the axle. So what I've done to make sure I don't have any kind of electrical issues is I've pulled the actuator off of the axle, and to simulate the ground that the case of the actuator would receive when bolted to the axle, I've run a jumper cable from the case back to one of the studs, mounting studs. Here's our two hot leads. So the way this works, the actuator receives ground through the axle, and then there's another switch inside of here, and these are two hot wires, and the switch on the shifter will send a positive 12 volt down one, and it'll move the actuator one way. And then there's like a trip switch, limit switch type of thing inside the actuator. Once the actuator gets to its end of stroke, it turns the hot from, say, the white wire off to the motor. And so when you hit the switch on the shifter and send power down the other line, then the actuator will move the other way, and then there's another limit switch on the other side that then kills the power to the motor, so that you never have this motor continuously running. And so I've hooked this whole thing up, and we're going to go see if this actuator is actually working or not. So key on, we're going to listen for this thing. I'm going to move the switch up and down here, and we're going to listen for that actuator to actually make the noise. Okay, sounds like it's working. You hear it get to its limit, and then it turns itself off. Okay, so our actuator works good. I guess the problem may be if it was blowing a fuse, maybe we've got a mechanical problem in the axle, and this was not able to reach its full limit and turn the juice off in the circuit, and it blew the fuse. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So I guess the next step is to diagnose that shift fork here. So there's two gear sets in here, and that shift fork, you know, the actuator moves that shift fork this way. And if maybe there's a bushing or something in there that needs to be replaced, I don't know. But that'll be the next video. Thanks for watching.